everyone, it's Jenny. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video because it is Valentine themed. I know it's right around the corner. We have a couple more weeks to go. So a lot of these DIYs are not like up in your face type Valentine decor. They're not like the red or like the bright pink. I did a video last year where it's like more neutral colors. So today's DIY is similar to that. It's a little bit more subtle. Easy, affordable, and super fast to make. So let's go ahead and get started with the video. Let's go. To start off the first DIY, we're going to make these really cute yarn hearts. All I did was grab a scrap piece of cardboard and then drew a heart on it. I know my heart is just not that perfect, but it's totally fine. Cut it out. Then you have your base of your yarn hearts. After that, you're just going to pick out the color of your yarn. I got mine from the Dollar Tree, and I'm so sad to hear that the Dollar Tree is now charging things for $1.25. I think it's still worth it. But anyways, you're going to tie the yarn all around the hearts, and then after that, you're just going to start wrapping the yarn all around the cardboard, and that's pretty much how you're going to do it. Once you've wrapped everything and there's no more cardboard showing, you're just going to tie a knot at the back of the heart and then just cut off the extra, and there you go, super cute yarn heart. Go ahead and set that to the side and grab your wreath ring as well as these dusters. There's 2 in each box, and at first I thought I was just gonna glue it straight onto the wreath like that, but I was just like, why? If we can just pull it apart, you're not gonna see the back anyways, and it's gonna create like this illusion of this fluffy cloud looking wreath. I thought it was so adorable and cheaper than buying feathers or some fluff from Michael's or Joann's. And of course, you're just going to take your hot glue and glue it straight onto the wreath ring, and make sure you kind of overlap it so you don't see where the ends are. It's fluffy enough to just cover that up. Grab your yarn hearts and just place it anywhere you want on the wreath. I chose to just do it in this corner. Grab a bunch of hot glue and press down as firmly as possible so it's nice and secure. And of course, because I'm super extra and the wreath just looked way too plain, I'm just grabbing some yarn and making myself some poof balls, yarn balls, I forgot what it's called, but you guys get what I'm trying to say, right? Yeah, okay. Ooh, wow, the magic of editing, right? But now that you have all your little puff balls, you're gonna go ahead and glue that all over the wreath, whatever design you want, but I chose to just scatter them around the wreath, and I thought it was so adorable. If I had some fairy lights, I would definitely wrap that around this wreath because it's gonna look so cute. I told myself that I'm not going to play with clay anymore because I have a hard time with it, but I'm going to do it anyways because I bought a whole entire bucket of this Model Magic, so I'm just going to use it. Anyways, just rolling that up, heating it in my hand, and I'm just going to roll it out into like a flat surface big enough to make like a nice ring. You'll see what I'm talking about. I'm just using my ruler to draw out a straight line because your girl does not know how to cut a straight line. Once I got the shape and the length that I wanted, I'm just taking my X-Acto knife and just cutting that line out. So I thought it was going to be really cute to cut out a nice heart, you know, to kind of follow the theme of Valentine's, but because this Model Magic is super sticky, it's not as easy as any other dry clay type material, so that's why I'm having such a hard time. But I think if you're using regular clay, you wouldn't have such a big issue like I am because it's super soft and super sticky and hard to kind of remove. I don't have like a cookie cutter, so I kind of cut it out everything up by hand. But I thought the design still turned out really cute for this votive candle holder. Look how adorable it looks. I can't wait to put a candle in it and see what it looks like. So I really wanted to try it again, but this time I'm going to add some color. I thought this design is going to look super cute because it's going to look like a marble type design, but I messed it up. Of course I did, and I kind of rolled it together a little bit too much, so the color kind of like meshed together. So later on you'll see it. It's just pretty much pink now and not that marble design that you saw in the beginning. Yeah, it's super ugly now, but we're just gonna move on from it. I made this votive candle a little bit higher than the other one, that's why it's a little bit taller, but cutting it out the same way that I did earlier. In my own little stamp cutout thing because I didn't have any of my own, and I'm using my pen to cut out these circles. I know I should have really invested in more stamps or cookie cutters, but I didn't have it, so I just kind of used what I had, made out my own design. I don't know how I feel about it, but here we are, and we're gonna continue with it. Okay, now we're down to the last DIY. I'm just going to grab my canvas and a cute design that I got off of Google. I thought this design looked really cute for whatever we're making right now. I'm just using white paint and painting that all over the canvas. So you want to make sure that your white paint is nice and dry before you do this step because you don't want the colors to mix together. And you're just going to draw like these really big colorful blobs onto your canvas. I thought it was so funny because I finished the blobs and I showed Jimmy and he's like, oh, that looks cute. Yeah, what a husband. He lies to my face. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, yeah, that's the design that I'm doing. And then after that, make sure it is nice and dry before you do the next step. Now there we go, those are my two final blobs, nice and dry. I really wish that I made it a little bit smaller because my graphic is kind of small, but it's fine. We're just going to tape that down onto the canvas, and you're going to grab your embroidery thread and needle, and yes, we're going to start embroidering this canvas up. So you're going to take your needle and you're going to start poking through the canvas and creating like this outline of your graphic, because that's what you're going to use to embroider the design onto the canvas. I hope I explained that well enough. It should look something like this. You don't want your holes to be too far apart or too close either. Once you're done poking out your graphic, you're going to slowly remove it and then just make sure that you got all the design onto the canvas. And this is why I wish my blobs were a little bit smaller, because as you can see, the graphic is landing more on the blobs than it is the white part of the canvas. And for this design, wherever the graphic is on the colored blobs, I'm going to use the white thread, and vice versa, wherever the graphic is on the white canvas, I'm going to use the brown thread. So where my pot is on the graphic, I'm actually doubling up on the thread because I thought it was kind of cute if I made it a little bit thicker, but to be honest, if you're looking at it, you can't even tell the rest. I just used a single thread and it still looked really cute. I wish that my blobs were a little bit smaller so I can use more of the brown thread, but it's okay. Learn from me and don't do the same thing that I did. It's pretty self-explanatory, but again, you're just going to thread it in and out following the design that you poked out, and wherever the color is, you're going to use a lighter thread, and wherever the white part of the canvas is, you're going to use a darker color. So what did you guys think of today's DIY video? I hope that you guys really enjoyed it, because I definitely did. I have to say that out of all three DIYs, the canvas has to be my favorite. I thought it was super adorable. I'm definitely going to make more of those type of DIYs in the future. So please give me a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and turn your post notification bells on because you guys want to get notified whenever I post up a new video. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!